Hello, everybody. Hope you're keeping well and welcome to this month's live training. I'm trying a totally new way of streaming my live training simultaneously to YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitter, and hopefully it won't break down, but there's a very good reason why I'm using this new method. I have been using Webinar Jam for the past few years, and it's been pretty good, but the last couple of times there have been some technical glitches, and that's me. That means some people have missed about 5 minutes of the end of the presentation. So hopefully this will work a lot better now. I've got my phone in front of me here. I've got a laptop over here. I'm monitoring one stream on Facebook, one stream on YouTube, and it seems to be working. It seems to be working very well, and the motion is quite good as well. So that's always a problem. It can be a problem. So look, I hope you're keeping very well. Hope you're keeping very safe amidst these crazy times. 1 second, I just noticed that I have a bit of background noise. In fact, it's the heater. I had a blow heater blowing on in the background there. So if it was taking up if there was a bit of background noise, that's the reason why. Anyway, I hope you're keeping well. The world is in a crazy situation right now. Just 2 weeks ago, I got a call from the dental surgery, my dentist. I'd been there a couple of days before, and it turned out that he had COVID-19. So I've been in isolation for the past 2 weeks. Just me and the pussycat. My family down one end of the house, and me with the cat up the other. And yeah, anyway, fortunately, we're all clear. None of us have COVID-19. We took express tests, but the express tests took almost a week to arrive. It was supposed to be overnight. Ordered them Monday a week ago. They arrived on Friday, and then the courier company was to pick them up, but they didn't. So they went out this Monday, and we got the results back the very next day. Very expensive. 980 euros for 4 test kits, express test kits. Horrendous price, but anyway, it gives a lot of peace of mind. So a lot of content lined up for you today. In a few minutes, I'll be going in front of the main video camera, and I'll be blanking out this screen. But don't go away, because I will be back, and most of the presentation will be done in front of my big screen with my clicker. So the title, as you've probably seen today, is how to energize your mind. Because do you suffer from brain fog? A lot of people do. How clearly you're thinking, and if you're thinking with great agility and your thinking is fast, you can figure out things much more quickly. It means that you can progress all your goals a lot more easily. And there have been times in my life where have suffered from brain fog and very sluggish in my thinking, and it affects my productivity, it affects how I feel, it affects my sense of satisfaction, what I can get done. So it's really important that we have as much brain power as possible. We live in an age where people are very health conscious, particularly now. You have to be. But how often do people talk about the health of our brain? We give our body what it needs. We take exercise, and that's all wonderful. But do we give our brain what it needs? And because our brain regulates and controls absolutely every other aspect of our life. So this is an important question. So today, the title is How to Energize Your Mind. So what we're going to cover is how your subconscious mind creates your future. You might think, my subconscious mind creating my future? That cannot be possible, surely. But it is, and I'll explain. And also 9 powerful ways to influence your subconscious mind, and how to use technology to speed up every goal, and simple brain hacks to make you more successful. Yeah, you heard that right. And I'm going to give you demonstrations of 11 mind machines. This is really exciting stuff. 11 devices, some of which have been shown to boost memory, boost intelligence, believe it or not. These are amazing machines. I've been experimenting with them for a couple of decades. Those that have been around a couple of decades, some are a lot more modern. So I'm going to share these with you, and also you learn how to. These are ways that will show you how to learn faster, sleep better, increase your energy, and as I said, boost your IQ. I know this sounds extraordinary, but this is true, as you'll discover. And I'm also going to share with you how your postures, your voice, your gestures, and your expressions, how they affect your energy, because how you carry your body has a direct effect on how you feel. And we look at some scientific studies that have found this, that posture affects emotions, posture affects memory recall, posture affects how you show up in the world, and what you can achieve. Subtle changes can make huge differences. And I'm also going to share with you high performance habits that can double, you heard that right, double your brain, double your energy and brain power. And also I'm going to share with you an energy checklist that really could dramatically improve your life. Now, every month in my live training sessions, what I teach is minimum effort, maximum result. The things, the small little changes you can make, small, simple changes that can have the biggest effect. The biggest bang for the buck, or what moves the needle the most. And what the particularly the high performance section, I share, what would you say, success strategies, tools, and techniques that have been scientifically proved to work. Scientifically proved to work. So there's no guesswork here needed. This is all about getting results. So a lot of people are coming into the Ultimate Success Club and the Secrets of Success mentoring program, and they're often wondering, what's it all about? What are we going to learn? Is it just about business or other areas of life? And well, we meet once a month like this live. I give a training, usually about an hour. It's going to go a bit over an hour today, maybe an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. And then we have a question and answer session. And you can, in the live chat facility in Facebook and YouTube, whichever platform you're on. I don't think it's available in Twitter if you're watching this on Twitter, but you can ask me questions and I'll answer them. And there will also be a replay available. So if you are watching the replay, you can still send me your question and I'll answer it. So yeah, what do? We get together once a month, and I teach strategies, tools, and techniques for success, strategies, tools, and techniques that absolutely work. So many people try to get ahead in life, try to improve their lives, try to achieve their goals, but in many cases, they're using systems that just simply don't work, or they're not looking at their subconscious beliefs, the conditioning that they carry within them. We've all had lots of conditioning as we go through life. And as we will see in a few minutes, conditioning is the biggest reason that stops people achieving the better things in life. So these are the things that we look at every single month. It's a syllabus. It's a syllabus that we can, that every single month we cover a different area of high performance. And if you want to know more about it, I'm just going to bring up on screen here on the left hand side of the screen, the Secrets of Success mentoring. If you go to that URL, you can find a bit more. You can find out a lot more about what we do each month. And I also give away for free one of my courses every single month, as well as the monthly live training. So I'm just going to remove that. And in just a moment from now, I'm going to go in front of the main video camera. But before I do that, before I give the main presentation, I just want to ask you, I like to gauge where most of the people on this call are at in their lives, because then I can tailor what I'm sharing according to the group's needs. So my first question for you is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you totally agree, and a much lower number if you don't necessarily agree. How much energy have you had in the past month? So if you've had lots of energy, give yourself a 7, 8, 9, 10. If your energy has been quite low, give yourself a much lower number. So how much energy have you had in the past month? I'm just looking at the live chat here. There are a few responses coming in already. 7, 6, 9, 5, 7, 9. Okay, pretty good figures, not bad at all, given the crazy circumstances of the world right now. And so, irrespective of what your number is, in today's session, I'm going to share with you ways to double your energy, to greatly boost your energy. Because normally we start the day with maximum energy and we lose energy as we go through the day. And if we work hard, by the end of the day, we're normally burnt out. Most people are. But what if you could replenish your energy as you go through the day? Or what if you could adopt very simple strategies that can boost your energy? It would make a world of a difference. It would mean that you can achieve in a single day a lot more with less stress and achieve your goals faster. So I'm going to share with you how to double your energy. And this can have enormous effects in all areas of your life. And a second question before I go in front of the big screen and with my clicker, on a scale of 1 to 10, how mentally agile are you most of the time? How mentally agile are you most of the time? In other words, are you quick thinking, or do you experience a lot of brain fog? Do you find yourself you're quite forgetful? You've difficulty focusing. So if you feel you're very mentally agile, give yourself a high rating, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you do suffer from brain fog, find it hard to focus, give yourself a low number. Once again, I just want to see what people are writing here, just so that I can tailor things to the group. 3, okay. 9, 7, 4, 7, okay. A variety of quite a variety of numbers there. Anyway, okay, that's great. I'm going to go in front of the big screen with my clicker, and we'll do the rest of this session, a PowerPoint presentation, and then at the end of it, we'll be back. I'll come back here in front of my desktop computer and ask me any questions. I'm here to answer your questions. So I'm going to blank out this camera just in a moment. 1 second. Here we go. 1 sec. All right. 1 sec. Hi everybody, and welcome to this month's live training. I hope you're keeping very well and very safe amidst these crazy times we live in. So today I've got a very special subject for you, and the subject is how to energize your mind. Because you know what, if your brain isn't working on full capacity, it's really hard to achieve your goals. But imagine if you were more creative, more intuitive, you could think much more with greater agility. Difficult things can become really easy. So becoming really agile of mind and boosting your mind power using very natural methods, very simple methods, it changes everything. It changes everything. There have been times in my life where, years ago, where after selling my first business back in 2001 to a multinational, I kind of let my brain atrophy in a way, because you know that expression, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I remember a couple of years later when I went back into business, I had lost my mental agility. I was really sluggish in my thoughts, and that slows up everything, as you will discover. So first of all, what did we cover last month? Because every month new members are joining us. And in the members area, you have access to the previous 4 sessions plus this month, that's 5 sessions. So
To whet your appetite, you might like to see what we did last month and go back in to the members area if you missed it and watch this, because it's incredibly important for 2021. It was all about goal achievement. 10 steps to achieve your goals faster in 2021. And they are how to get clarity on your individual goals. We're not going to go into any of this today, but this is what we did last month. Discovering your big why for each of your goals. The importance of grouping goals with deadlines. How to overcome every limiting belief holding you back. And as we discovered, limiting beliefs are the biggest reason why people don't achieve the better things in life, but you can overcome that. How creating a goal anchor for achieving your goals fast. That's using a psychological trigger that brings emotion into all your goals. And also the easy way to create highly charged goals. How to convert your goals into affirmations. Really important stuff. No other goal achievement system in the world includes this. Converting your goals into affirmations so they have massive effect on your subconscious mind, and it's a dramatic speeding up of the achievement of all your goals. And we're going to look at the subconscious mind in a lot of detail today, and also simple ways to optimize health, energy and brain power, and high performance tools to achieve what others can't. That's the power of high performance strategies, tools and techniques, and they have been scientifically proved to work. And also how to find your own major life purpose if you're not already aware of what it is. So that was last month. So what are we going to cover today? So what we're going to cover today, technologies that can make you more successful. Technologies. Not all of them are electronic. Some of them are psychological technologies, but some of them are electronic and you know, use cutting edge technology. So first we're going to do a quick recap of the subconscious mind, because it's incredibly important. It's fundamentally important to everything we're trying to achieve each month, because we're told that our thinking mind, our conscious mind, is only about 5%, maximum 10% of our overall mind. But what if you could engage the other 90% of your mind? It speeds up the achievement of your goals, and it makes achieving your goals far more easily when you're using all your mind power. And we're going to look at 9 ways to really strongly influence your subconscious mind to bring about the achievement of your goals. And also how to use technology to speed up your goals with demonstrations of mind machines. I've got all sorts of technologies lined up to show you today. And these things really work, and they're very exciting, as you'll discover. And also high performance habits for greatly increasing your energy and mind power. So why are these things even important? Well, first of all, you can start influencing your subconscious mind to achieve what you want more easily, as I said a moment ago. Also, by having more energy and brain power, you can be far more creative and achieve all your goals. When you know how to tap into a level of wisdom that every human being possesses, when you start using your mind more creatively, when you start tapping this great resource within you called your subconscious mind, it will affect every area of your life. Every area of your life. And most people don't even know what the subconscious mind is or how to access it. So this is really important stuff. So first of all, why do people struggle with these things? Well, firstly, they don't understand how their mind operates. Okay, and they don't know that they don't know how their body works or its needs, the needs of the body, and they don't realize the importance of energy in achieving goals. If you're always dragging yourself around and you're really sluggish all the time, it's going to be hard to achieve some big dreams. But if you have lots of energy, lots of brain power, you can get so much more done in a day and dramatically reduce stress, dramatically improve productivity, and achieve in a shorter period of time a lot more than most people ever do, okay? And they don't understand how to boost their energy. I'm going to share with you very simple ways to boost your energy. Boost your energy. And also they don't understand the importance of high performance tools and habits. And as I said a moment ago, these tools and habits, very simple ones, very simple, they have been scientifically proved to work. So this is not guesswork, this is not just nice ideas. These are the things that matter most. Okay, and also, people don't realize that something so simple can be so powerful. I love the term minimum effort, maximum result. I think most people put in a huge amount of time and energy into things, but the results are not great. But when you know those little adjustments that you can make that have a massive change, that move the needle the most, that's working smart rather than hard. So that's the purpose of today's session. So first of all, a recap of the subconscious mind. I go into this every few months. I'm always talking about the subconscious mind because it's so important. So the subconscious mind, first of all, as I mentioned a moment ago, it makes up approximately 95% of your overall mind, your entire mind. And it controls all your automated bodily functions. For example, you don't have to will yourself, your lungs, to breathe in and out, or or consciously make your heart beat. These things happen automatically. And because they operate automatically, they keep you alive. So this is one of the functions of the subconscious mind, to keep all those bodily processes, those automated bodily processes working. If the beating of your heart or the breathing of your lungs were under conscious control, completely conscious control, if you fell asleep just for a couple of minutes, you'd be dead, because you wouldn't be consciously there to make your heart beat or your lungs breathe. So this is why we have a subconscious mind. It keeps us alive, it protects us. But as you'll discover, the subconscious mind is actually responsible for all our successes and all our failures. So your subconscious mind definitely is holding you back in certain areas of your life. But we look into how to change that, okay? And also the subconscious mind files, catalogues and records all your experiences. All your experiences. At any moment in time, it's very hard, there's only so much we can remember about our past. If I asked you what you did this time yesterday, you'd have to think about it for maybe a moment or two. Okay, I was sitting in front of my desk at this time. What happened? Memories are almost like made up of links, chains. Once you remember one part, once you remember one thing, then you start remembering the other things linked to that, okay? But our conscious memory is so limited, so limited. However, everything we experience in life is stored in our subconscious mind, even if we cannot consciously recollect it, okay? You just need to go to any hypnotherapist to get proof of this, and they can regress you to any point in your life, and they can ask you under hypnosis to recall and describe any event, and you'll be able to do so in incredible detail, including things that happened that you didn't even consciously were aware of at the time. Say for instance, Christmas Day 15 years ago, 12 noon, what was happening at that moment? I haven't a clue what I was doing Christmas Day, 15 years ago or 12 years ago at 12 noon. I have no idea. But under hypnosis, I could describe exactly what I was doing. I could describe even if a fly was walking along the wall, or if a car peeped its horn outside the house, or if a leaf falling from a tree, everything. Subconscious mind absorbs everything, even if you can't consciously remember it. So your subconscious mind is responsible for filing, cataloguing and recording all your experiences. It's also the gateway to unlimited wisdom. How is that possible? Well, I said it a few minutes ago. We all have extraordinary wisdom within us. But do we know how to tap into that wisdom? I often mention as an example, because I've tried it so many times myself and it works, it's amazing. What I call it the Thomas Edison method. If you know the inventor Thomas Edison, the guy who invented the incandescent light bulb, what he would do, and other inventors and famous people have done this because it works. Basically, if he was stumped by a problem, technical problem, he just couldn't figure it out with his conscious mind, he would hand it over to his subconscious mind to work on. And what he did was, he would think about the problem just before falling asleep. He demanded a solution to the problem. He got himself into the state of totally believing he would get his answer on awakening. And then he just hand it over to his subconscious mind and fall asleep for 30 minutes, maybe an hour. And on awakening, in so many cases, he'd have the exact solution literally downloaded into his mind, into his brain. I've done this myself. It's extraordinary. Now that's only one way of tapping into this inexhaustible wisdom, universal wisdom that we are all connected to. We can all do this. That's only one method, okay? So the subconscious mind is a gateway to unlimited wisdom. And now, unfortunately, as I said a moment ago, your subconscious mind files, catalogues and records all your experiences, including everything that's ever been said to you. From the moment you're born, right as you go through life to the time you die, your subconscious mind is constantly, literally being programmed all of the time by what other people say and what you see and what you experience. You know, for example, our beliefs, not necessarily conscious beliefs, but our subconscious beliefs, are determined by what we hear our parents saying and see them doing, and our siblings, our school teachers, friends, relatives, governments, religions, TV, advertising, radio. We're bombarded all of the time by ideas of how we should be. We can achieve this, we can't achieve that. And one saying that so many parents say to their children, out of love, sincere desire for their children not to get hurt. It's an awful saying. I bet you've heard it. I have. Don't get your hopes up too much. Oh my goodness. That's the killer of dreams. That's the killer of dreams. So we're conditioned all of the time. So, by the time we arrive in our teenage years or 20s, we have so much conditioning that's holding us back. Limiting beliefs about money, about wealth, about what we can achieve, what we can't achieve. One of my biggest limiting beliefs was that I was useless. This happened for me because as a kid I had asthma, and if I ran 100 yards I'd be wheezing and fighting for breath, and all my schoolmates didn't want me on their sports teams. Oh, we had Pettigrew last week. He's useless. You have him this week. So they argued over not having me. And when you hear it all the time, you're useless, you're useless, you're useless, and it makes you feel sad, triggers emotion, repetition and emotion programs your subconscious mind. So I entered my early 20s having all sorts of limiting beliefs about I'm useless, I'm useless, I'm useless. And when you believe and feel that you're useless, you are useless. You become your dominant thoughts and dominant emotions. You've probably heard me say this millions of times at this point. Our dominant thoughts and dominant emotions create the circumstances of our life, and this is absolutely true. So our conditioning holds us back dramatically. It's the biggest thing that stops people achieving the better things in life. And then, when we arrive in our 20s and early 30s, we experience challenges. We're out in the real world. We're not living at home with our parents anymore. We have to fend for ourselves, make a living, and often careers don't go quite as we'd hoped. Often relationships, some relationships become painful. And, we start to discover life is not always a bed of roses. Life is hard. And our realm of possibility gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. We stop believing. We stop believing in our dreams, and we just put up with mediocrity. And this is the saddest thing. This is the saddest thing. So conditioning. This is conditioning happens to the subconscious mind. The repeated thoughts and emotions and experiences. They close us down. Okay, so unfortunately your subconscious beliefs always win out. Like this picture here of somebody, running forwards, trying to achieve something, and his subconscious mind pulling him back. So consciously you want, subconsciously you don't. In the battle, if there was a battle between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind always wins. So even if you believe something, that you can achieve something, but you have so much subconscious negative conditioning that your subconscious is firmly convinced that you can't, subconscious beliefs always win out. Okay, sad reality. So your subconscious mind creates the circumstances of your life. I'll say it again. Your dominant thoughts and dominant emotions create the circumstance of your life, because your dominant thoughts and your dominant emotions create your subconscious beliefs, and those create your circumstances. So fortunately your subconscious mind can be influenced. It's possible to reprogram your subconscious mind. So whatever limitations have been holding you back up until this point, you can change that. You can transform that. You can erase conditioning. You can install new programs that help you achieve what you want, rather than old conditioning that holds you back. Brilliant news, wonderful news. So in a nutshell, you can reprogram, because your mind is programmed all of the time, repetition and emotion. You can reprogram your mind for success. I need some water. One sec, to your very good health. Oh, that's great. Needed that. Okay. And how do you do it? How do you reprogram your subconscious mind? As I said, it's responsive to repetition and emotion. You program it through repetition and emotion. We go into that in a lot more detail shortly. And it works a bit like a guided missile to get you what you want. When you instruct your subconscious mind exactly what you want, and you do it correctly, you'll be amazed at how you get intuitions about things, to phone someone at a certain time or be in a certain place, or suddenly something pops into your mind that alters your course. That's the work of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind acts like a guided missile. You might think all your thoughts are consciously derived. Oh no. Your subconscious mind is putting thoughts into your mind all of the time. I'm sure you've experienced this. You suddenly, very, strongly, someone comes into your mind. Oh, and you think, I must phone that person. And suddenly they phone you. Oh, wow, just thinking about you. We've all experienced this. This is the workings of the subconscious mind, because you might say, everyone's mind is connected through a shared consciousness. And our subconscious mind has access to that shared consciousness, group consciousness. Okay, so next thing I want to talk about, that's the basic background of the subconscious mind. We'll go back into that a little bit further, but I want to talk about 4 brain states that all human beings experience every single day, okay? And there's method to this madness, as you will discover. So first of all, if you're connected up to an EEG machine, electrodes wired up to a skull cap that's put on your head, and it's connected to a computer, and you see all sorts of squiggles, sine waves on the EEG machine. These are your brain waves. But at any time, certain frequencies predominate. For example, when you are in sleep, your brain is producing predominantly oscillations between 0.5 hertz and 3 hertz. So that's half a cycle per second and 3 cycles per second. Okay, looking a bit like this. Okay, so this is known as delta. So every time you go to sleep, if you're connected up to an EEG machine, your brain is producing these frequencies predominantly. Okay, it depends on the stage of sleep as well. But this delta state, large in amplitude and slow in frequency, and associated with deep sleep and also very deep meditation. Okay, so you go into this delta state every time you fall asleep. Then there's theta, which is a faster frequency, as you can see here. That's a bit faster than that. And theta is between 3 and 8 hertz, or 3 cycles, squiggles, and 8 squiggles per second. Okay, and this is the deep meditative state, and it gives you access to repressed memories, intuition. It's the shamanic state or psychic state. So if somehow I were able to put you into this state, you would be able to recall repressed memories you've forgotten or pushed down. Also, you'll find that you will have a lot of intuition. Very interesting thing here. The Earth has a resonant frequency. It's 7.83 cycles, or 7.83 hertz. It's the electromagnetic signature, you might say, of the planet. It can be measured with electronic equipment. Interesting thing, if you go to Nepal, or if you meet a shaman, a person who you might say a healer, and you connect them up to electrodes and you look at what their brain is producing on the EEG machine, you'll find that anytime they go into their psychic state, their brain produces 7.83 cycles predominantly. 7.83 hertz. This is the Schumann resonance. This is the frequency of the Earth itself. Amazing, amazing. So this is sort of showing that the frequency of the Earth, when you tap into that same frequency, it opens up certain abilities within you to be more intuitive. And it's also no coincidence that a shaman, you have somebody beating a drum, guess what frequency to bring them into this psychic or intuitive state? 7.83 beats per second, or they're close to that. So by stimulating this frequency in your brain, it opens you up to intuition, and this is amazing. You can dial up a state of consciousness. If I can somehow help you get into this state, and there are ways to do this, very, very simple ways. So that's theta state. Alpha, now this is the state that most people enter when they're in meditation. It's between 8 and 12 hertz, or 8 and 12 cycles per second, or squiggles per second on the EEG machine. And this is a deep relaxation state. When relaxed and focused, okay, this is the state that we enter when we're relaxed and focused. And it's often produced during meditation and hypnosis. And also, one of the attributes of this particular state is we can achieve accelerated learning, and it's the doorway to the subconscious mind. Now, I think this might start to make sense why I am talking about these brain states. Because if you want to reprogram your subconscious mind for success and to help you achieve your goals, you want to enter this specific state, this alpha state. And there are numerous ways. I'm going to show you 9 different ways to enter this specific state. This is the core of what we're doing here. Really important. This is scientifically based. This isn't mad, crazy, psychic, new age stuff, or, new age is a melting pot of everything, really. I'm not trying to run down new age stuff. There's a lot of wisdom there. There's a lot of confusion and all sorts of stuff. So, but this is science. Okay. the fourth state that you enter every single day is known as beta, and that's between 12 and 30 hertz, or 12 and 30 cycles per second, or squiggles on the EEG machine. And this is the normal waking state. Right at this moment, I am in beta state, and you are as well, most likely, unless you're really relaxed. You could be an alpha. So this is your normal waking state, when attention is directed at cognitive tasks. If you're trying to figure out maths, you're trying to do some calculations, you are definitely in this beta state. Okay, it's the state most people are in when they're working and focused and trying to achieve something and figure something out. Okay, so those are the 4 brain states. Now, interesting thing, there's a phenomenon known as the frequency following response, and different sound frequencies, or beats, like on a drum, create different brain states. This is fact. And this allows us to literally dial up any state of consciousness. Okay? Now, I'm not suggesting you go out and buy yourself a drum. There's easier ways than doing this. But here's an example. I'm going to move to the side here so you can see this graphic. If you put on a pair of headphones, okay, and you put 2 different tones, one into each ear. On this side, 114 hertz, which sounds probably like that. And this one up here, on the other side, the other ear, 124 hertz. It'll be a bit higher. Excuse my singing. So you've got a different frequency going into each ear. What the brain does, it subtracts the lower frequency from the higher frequency, and it produces what are known as binaural beats. And you'll hear a sort of woo 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 sound in the brain. The brain produces that oscillating sound, woo woo woo, which is the difference of the 2 different tones. I remember first experiencing this when I was a child at school. The school teacher had 2 tuning forks, and they were almost the same tone, almost the same frequency, but very slightly different. And she'd bang it out, one off the desk and the other one off the desk, and put them up to my ears, one to each ear. And as I said, the frequencies are slightly different. And I heard this woo 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 woo. I thought, oh wow, that's binaural beats. And this is one way where you can stimulate different states of awareness, different brain states. Okay, so you can do this solely through sound. You can do this solely through sound, but you can also add flashing lights at the same frequency to have an even more enhanced effect. But some people suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, and they can't use light and sound devices, lights flashing. I'll talk more about that shortly, because it's really important stuff. So that's all the background. Here we go into 9 ways to get into this alpha state, okay, where you can affect your subconscious mind very profoundly, very powerfully, and very easily. So 9 different ways. Firstly, affirmations. I've talked about that so many different times. If you want to know more about affirmations, go to my website, mikepettigrew.com or achievegoalsfast.com. That always diverts to mikepettigrew.com. Just an easy one to remember, achievegoalsfast.com. And you can watch lots of videos I've created about affirmations. And also in your members area, there's loads of stuff about affirmations. Even in my book, The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World, there's a section on affirmations and how to create them. And there's 356 different examples in the book, which are also available on my website to download. Okay, so I'm not going to go into affirmations, but basically, in a nutshell, they are positive, empowering statements you make to yourself morning and evening with emotion, and preferably you do it aloud. I mean, one of the most famous is Emile Coué's every day in every way I'm getting better. Every day in every way I'm getting better and better. And he was a French psychologist, lived over 100 years ago, I think. And he would get his psychiatric patients to repeat that every day. I think a few times a day. And though many of those that did, their condition improved dramatically. So this is the beginnings of affirmations. And, in the most powerful goal achievement system in the world, I show you a process how to convert your goals into affirmations so you can embed them, install them into your subconscious mind like computer programs. Incredibly effective. Another way is creative visualization. We're going to go into each one of these, okay, briefly. So creative visualization, also self-hypnosis, which literally brings you just into a relaxed, receptive state. A lot of people are scared of hypnosis. No need to be. It's you have complete control, contrary to what a lot of people think. Also subliminal audios and computer programs. I'll share those with you as well. Meditation, biofeedback and electrocranial stimulation. I'll show you some amazing devices shortly. Brain sensing technology and light and sound technology. So we're going to go into all of these different ways to program your subconscious mind to achieve what you want. Speeds up the achievement of your goals dramatically. Okay, so first one, affirmations. A simple, effective way to program your mind. And here he is, Emile Coué. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And that helped his patients dramatically. So they're short, concise statements you make to yourself frequently with emotion, and they help overcome limiting beliefs. Really effective for that. They allow you to create a success mindset. They can be used to overcome fears. They can enable you to be more courageous, obviously. They can help you to achieve your goals a lot faster. A lot of people, write down their goals at the beginning of the year. Most people have given up on them by the mid-February. It's a sad reality, but anyway. So if this is you, go back to watch last month's session and you won't suffer that affliction anymore. So they can help you to achieve your goals faster. Affirmations, by converting your goals into affirmations. It makes you may write down all your goals at the beginning of the year on a piece of paper. You may look at them, but it's far more effective if you convert those goals into affirmations, because those, as I said, to affect your subconscious mind in a very powerful way, you do it through repetition and emotion, repeating your goals, your goals that you convert into affirmations, repeating those to yourself with emotion every day. It has fundamental change. It will create fundamental changes within your mind and dramatically speed up the achievement of your goals. Affirmations are really very, very powerful. They really do work. So that's one method. Creative visualization. Okay, guy here daydreaming. Interesting thing. We're told as kids, don't daydream, by the teacher when we're at school. But some of the greatest minds that have ever lived, some of the most world changers, some great inventors, they did a lot of daydreaming. So daydreaming, maybe we shouldn't be doing it at school so much, but it's completely understandable if the lesson is really boring. We've all experienced that. But daydreaming can be used in a very creative way to show your subconscious mind what you want. So creative visualization steps. Firstly, get into a deeply relaxed state. You can do this by, for example, focusing on your breathing, focusing on each body part, starting with your feet, slowly working your way up your body, asking each part of your body to relax. Okay, that gets you into a very focused, receptive state, a hypnotic state. And also then once you're in that, after a few minutes of deep, relaxing breathing, and once your body and your mind are in a very tranquil state, you start visualizing your goal. You visualize your goal, what it is that you want to achieve, in as much detail as possible. Seeing, hearing, and almost immersing yourself in a sensual feast of experience. So you try and visualize as though it was happening right now in as much detail as possible. This is showing your subconscious mind exactly what you want. and it works. And you need to emotionalize your visualization. In my book, The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World, I explain a very simple process to create what I call a goal anchor. It's just a way of literally flicking an internal switch to bring up positive, strong positive emotion. And for even greater power when you're doing your visualizations, ideally you can do your affirmations and your visualizations at the same time. Okay, that's really powerful. But for even greater power, combine your affirmations, combined with affirmations every morning and evening. Okay, and also create action steps. Even if it's just one daily action. This is another reason why people don't continue trying to achieve their goals. Why those people who write down all their goals in early January give up by mid-February is because they get overwhelmed. They look at their goals, maybe only 2 or 3 goals. Where do I start? I could do this. What's the first step? Oh no. And those goals can be so overwhelming that stops people right in their tracks. But all you need to do is take one action, one first step. And it doesn't have to be a huge step, just one step. And you know what happens then? Because you now have a forward momentum, the next stepping stone will appear. And you keep moving forwards, the next stepping stone will appear. You don't have to figure it all out in advance. That is overwhelming. That would stop anyone, and it does, unfortunately. So create action steps every single day. Just take one action, even if it's a tiny action. Okay, as Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, said, our subconscious mind recognizes and acts only upon thoughts which have been well mixed with emotion or feeling. So repeated thoughts and repeated emotions, or dominant thoughts or dominant emotions, create the circumstances of your life. So I'm giving you the key here to create an amazing life, rather than allowing your subconscious beliefs, limiting beliefs, to hold you back. Okay, so another way of entering this alpha state, where you can pass commands or new programs to your subconscious mind, is using self-hypnosis. And this really is the direct route to rapid change. And hypnosis, a lot of people see stage hypnosis or TV hypnosis, and it's not at all what it appears to be. The hypnotist is not taking control over the individual. It might certainly appear to be that way, but you always retain your ability to bring yourself out of the state. And you cannot do things that are against your nature or will. It's very, very safe. So hypnosis is simply a deeply relaxed, focused state. And you are in hypnosis every day. You probably don't realize it. Every day, at some point, you'll be in that alpha state, even if it's only for a short period of time. So it's better that you, rather than getting into that state haphazardly, get yourself into that state willfully, so that you can use it for a very specific purpose. And hypnosis is so relaxing, refreshing and revitalizing. It's a delicious sensation, you know. It's wonderful, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful experience, and it's very safe, and you can come out of it at will, as I mentioned. But more importantly than anything, this is why I'm talking about it here, it's a doorway to your subconscious mind, where you can pass instructions to it. So you can reprogram your subconscious mind using hypnosis. So how do you do it? Well, I mean, there are so many websites, hypnosis, self-hypnosis websites, and I'm not going to recommend any specific ones. But people who want to give up smoking, there's hypnosis recordings available for that. People who are scared of flying, there are hypnosis recordings to overcome that. And confidence, self-confidence, if you want more self-confidence, or self-hypnosis recordings available for that. You name it, it's out there. Now, there are, so many different websites. I can't recommend one. I really can't. But look into this yourself, and, look at a few different websites if you're thinking of getting self-hypnosis recordings. and be skeptical. You know, if there are lots of reviews, that's always a good sign. Anyway, so or buy hypnosis recordings from people who are well known to have got results for their clients. Anyway, and self-hypnosis can be used for overcoming limiting beliefs, fears, and bad habits, and for installing new empowering thoughts and ideas. And it really, self-hypnosis is one of the greatest secrets to highly successful people. Millions of highly successful people use self-hypnosis simply because it works. It works. Self-hypnosis, is, as I say here, the hidden secret. One of the hidden secrets, one of the big hidden secrets of the world's most successful people. I'm getting parched again, so to your very good health. Oh, what would you do with that water? Ours comes straight out of the ground. We have a well, our own well. So, another way of influencing your subconscious mind, another way to pass instructions or reprogram your mind is using subliminal programs and also subliminal audios. Subliminal audio recording, you'll be listening to music, but you'll hear in the background. Very hard to know what the voices are saying, but you can hear like whispering in the background at various points of the music. Those are subliminal commands. And you can read exactly what those commands are. So so you're using a subliminal audio specifically for the purpose that you're setting out to achieve. And once again, I can't recommend any specific websites, but if you are a member of the Ultimate Success Club, there are a whole load of subliminal audio tracks in your members area there. I think you get them after 30 days of membership, or maybe it's 60 days. I think it's after the first 30 days, you get them there automatically. You also get 2 different computer programs, Subliminal Millionaire Gold and also Prosperity Power. I would recommend Prosperity Power, that you download that one, because it has both Mac and PC version, and so a lot more sophisticated than this one. This is my own creation. This one cost, I think, $25,000 to create. A friend of mine created it for his audience. So Prosperity Power software. So what is this software? Well, it's not audio tracks. It's software that you run on your computer. And basically what you can do is, there are thousands of affirmations. Affirmations for business success, career success, attracting money, investments, trading success, relationships, so many different affirmations. And you can also install your own affirmations. But what happens? You switch the program on, and every few seconds the program flashes an affirmation up on your screen so quickly you don't actually consciously notice it. You can't see it. And you can vary the speed of the flash. So it's so fast that anybody even looking over your shoulder can't see it. But this is the great thing about the subconscious mind. It absorbs everything. Even a flash that's so fast you can't consciously even notice it. And subliminal technology is so powerful, it's now banned in advertising in most countries. Because years ago, it was used in cinemas and on TV. And you might be watching a movie or a TV program, and suddenly something would flash up on the screen like, you want a Coca-Cola now. And it would be so fast you wouldn't even consciously notice it. But it would go into your subconscious mind, and you suddenly start thinking of Coca-Cola. And if you're in the cinema, there would be a long line of people queuing for Coca-Cola a few minutes later. That's the power of subliminal technology. And as I say, it can make you do things that you like doing, but do them now. So you're not consciously, you have little conscious control over that. So that's why it's banned in advertising. That it is using subliminal technology in not a very nice way, in a controlling way. Now, you can't, if you don't like Coca-Cola to start with, it's not going to have any effect on you, but I think you get the point. Very, very, very powerful. So, using one of these programs, you can flash thousands of affirmations up on your computer screen each day while you're working. You won't even consciously notice them. You won't even see them. But your subconscious is absorbing them all of the time. And I'll tell you something very interesting. I installed one of these programs on my computer, years ago. I don't know, about 7 years ago. And one of my businesses, I own several companies, one of my businesses was stuck at about 500,000 euros worth of sales a year, 500,000 every year. And you might think, that's lots. Well, it depends, But it was stuck. It was stuck at that level for maybe 2 or 3 years. It would increase and decrease very slightly. And I thought, to heck with this, I'm going to start using this subliminal technology. And I did. And I set it in the program for 750,000 euros worth of sales that year. Couldn't believe it. The end of that year, I was at something like 765,000. I actually just exceeded it. Wow. And then the next year, I set it to 950,000. And at the end of that year, our sales were something like 998,000, just slightly above it. So this works. I'm convinced it works. So why didn't I set it to 5 million immediately? Because probably my subconscious belief about achieving that through that particular business, the subconscious beliefs might be, no, that's not possible in that big a jump. When you're rewriting your internal programming, you don't want to give your subconscious instructions that it totally believes are impossible. So it's important to stretch your life, but not jump too high too fast, because that is setting yourself up for failure. But these technologies absolutely work. So in the members area, you can download this and experiment with yourself, Mac and PC version. So that's subliminal audios and subliminal programs. Now, next thing. Oh, sorry. back. Yeah. Software for your PC and Mac, okay? And also subliminal audio recording, both in the members area. So, meditation, really important. If you don't meditate, I strongly recommend you do if you want to achieve the better things in life, because meditation is used by hundreds of millions of people around the world, particularly highly successful people, because the benefits are amazing. There's so many different forms of meditation, but any form of meditation is great. It reduces stress and improves cardiovascular health. It increases your sense of well-being. It increases your sense of connectedness and empathy. It strengthens and improves your relationships. It improves your ability to focus. Meditation makes you far more creative. It enables you to get into that state, that alpha state I was telling you about. Meditation gets you into that state. That's why we're covering it today. And it improves your memory. It helps you make better decisions. It helps people overcome addictions. It enhances your immune system, very important these days. It helps you to achieve the flow state, and it reduces physical and emotional pain. All those benefits. Why wouldn't you take it up, every morning just for, 10, 15 minutes, and preferably again later in the day, at night. For me, it gives me more energy. I waking up in the morning half alive, often, and it just gives me energy, gives me clarity, gives me focus. So I start the day with energy, and I connect with people better, and I have a lot more enthusiasm and aliveness. It's wonderful. And then in the evening again, when you're a bit tired, maybe do another few minutes. It's up to you. It really works. But it gets you into this alpha state where you can then pass instructions or affirmations to your subconscious mind. And it also enhances spiritual awareness. Amazing technology. It's been around for thousands of years. So, biofeedback. And now, biofeedback is a way to get into a help you to relax deeply and reprogram your mind. It can also get you into this alpha state where you can pass instructions to your subconscious mind. So the benefits of biofeedback are very similar, and I'll show you a few devices in a moment. Biofeedback can help you overcome stress. It relieves migraine and muscle contraction, can reduce chronic pain, it lowers blood pressure, it can help overcome anxiety and depression, it can help with ADD and ADHD, and it can reduce seizures in people who suffer from epilepsy, and it can reduce neck and back pain. It can help overcome addictions, it helps re-educate stroke patients, and it can help overcome disease. I'll show you a unit here. I bought this back in the 1990s, I think. It's a very long time ago. This is called Thought Stream. Show it to the camera there a bit better, but I'm going to, basically, you have these electrodes, metal electrodes, that you literally just place. It has a little bit of elastic to hold it in place, and you place it against the palm, and it measures the resistivity between two parts of the palm of your hand. And as you relax, it detects your relaxation, because the resistivity between those two parts of the palm of the hand starts to decrease as you relax. So it just shows you, it feeds back to you your relaxation level. Okay, and you can plug in earpieces or earbuds or headphones, and it very quickly, it's calibrating now, and as I relax, it goes from red to orange to green, so I'm kind of about there. Now, if I relax more, and I'm not in a very relaxed state right now because I'm giving this presentation, but as I relax, the LEDs will go out one by one by one, and very quickly, these are like training wheels on a bicycle. Very quickly, and if you're listening, if you're plugged into earbuds, if you earbuds plugged into it, you'll hear a tone like woo, and as you become more relaxed, it goes woo. So you're getting audio visual feedback, but very quickly you will be able to bring yourself into that same relaxed state without the machine, because you'll recognize the feelings in the process. So this is just a way of training yourself to get into this relaxed, focused state called alpha, the hypnotic state, where you can pass instructions into your subconscious mind. Very, very, very effective. They still sell these. The only addition, I think, is there's a USB port on it nowadays. Anyway, so that's a great machine. Let me get my clicker again. And now, brainwave sensing technology. Aha! This is another form of biofeedback. And these are headsets that pick up your brainwaves. Want to see one? Here we go. Super cool. So you have this visor that with these electrodes that pick up your brainwaves, believe it or not. And you connect it to a computer. It's connected over Bluetooth, and you can see whatever brain state you're in. You can see your brain state. And also the games come with these devices, and you can run it on your phone or your tablet computer, your PC, your Mac, and you can make certain things happen on the screen, like waves lapping on a shore. As you relax more, they get quieter, and then birds start singing when you're in a very deeply relaxed state. Once again, this is a way of feeding back to you your state of relaxation, so you can see yourself going into that alpha state where you can pass instructions to your subconscious mind. It's a very, very beneficial way of doing that. So you learn to control your mind and emotions and your mind state. And also, yeah, as I say, you can control your computer with your thoughts, and you can see the immediate effects of your thoughts. So it's really, again, a bit like training wheels on a bicycle. And you can also graph the brainwaves you're producing. There are EEG programs, so you can see all this. This is provable. This is technology that works. 1 second, parch it again to your health. Okay, so that's brainwave sensing technology. Another one here. This one is called the Muse, M-U-S-E. There's a newer version out, I believe. And this one here was, gosh, I got this a long time ago. I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. This little sensor picks up your brain waves, and there are electrodes, little metal studs that go against the ear. I found when I got this, it was very fiddly. I got small ears, and try and get the wretched thing working was such a pain. And once again, it connects through Bluetooth. And our kids used to love it when I got it at first. With their minds, they would control things on the screen. Anyway, that's called, the other one is Muse. This is called Neurosky, I think. Neurosky. I'll give you a URL at the end where you can find out more. So, yeah, you can learn how to change your brain waves at will. That's the whole core of this. Now, light and sound machines. With these, you can access any state of consciousness. I've been experimenting with these since the 1990s. I love them. Must have about 7 or 8, maybe 10 of these devices. So I'm always experimenting. It's part of my mission to test things and then pass on to people what works and what doesn't work. I'm always testing things, and basically light and sound together. As I said, sound with binaural beats, where you have one tone in one ear and the other tone in the other, and they make that wah-wah effect. A very powerful way of triggering any brain state you want. For example, alpha state, where you can pass instructions to your subconscious mind. But if you combine this with flashing lights, it's even more powerful. But I must say, you can't use these devices if you suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, because flashing lights can trigger seizures. But for most people, these are perfectly safe. So that's my medical disclaimer. If flashing lights cause you a problem, don't use these machines. Okay, so light and sound devices can help overcome insomnia. They can help you to learn to relax deeply and attain inner peace, achieve peak performance states, deep states of meditation, even for beginners. If you've never been able to meditate and you just found meditation a real chore and you couldn't quieten your mind, with a light and sound machine, I'll show you a few now in a moment, you can enter these states of meditation for the very first time, no problem, okay? And also, you can quickly recharge when low in energy. You can combat stress and overwhelm, help you to improve your focus whenever you need, and also stimulate your creativity and your ability to visualize. Also, and this is why we're covering it, program your subconscious mind. And also, they've even been proved to boost people's intelligence. I know this sounds incredible, but there have been several papers written by well-known scientists who have found that these devices can boost your intelligence. There are also great entertainment sessions available. And as I said earlier, never use light and sound machines if you suffer from photosensitive epilepsy. So what on earth are they? Okay, let me just show you one example. Once again, you use earbuds. I don't have earbuds connected to this one right now. And then you've got these light frames, which are literally sunglasses with LEDs embedded in them. And you put the sunglasses on like this, super cool. Put in the earbuds, and you select a program. They look like, one of the old Walkmans from years ago, but they're not. This one has, I don't know, maybe about 50 or 60 or 100 programs, I don't know. This literally dial up any state of consciousness you want. You want a sleep program because you're suffering from insomnia? Do a sleep program. I mean, the first time, but not just sleep programs. There's ones, as I say, to beat your creativity, improve focus, all sorts of different uses. I remember experimenting with this back in the late 90s. I just bought this house, 1999, just moved in, and I got a new sound and light machine. In fact, it was this one. It's ancient at this point, ancient, from the mid-90s, called a Mind Lab Pro. Loved that device, it was great. But basically I put on the earphones or the headphones, put on the visor, and it was a stressful day at work. This is about 11 a.m. in the morning. I just need a break. I need a refresher break. So I selected a program that said relaxation. Maybe it was deep relaxation. Anyway, I put on press play, close my eyes, and you see all these flashing lights, but you keep your eyes closed, and you see beautiful geometric patterns. In fact, I'll just press play so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You won't see any patterns here, but they flash like that, okay? They flash like that. And I fell asleep very, very quickly. And I woke up 10 minutes later, my phone was ringing. And I woke up from the middle of a dream. And I looked at my watch. I couldn't believe it. Only 10 minutes had passed. So within 10 minutes, I went from very stressed into a dream state. I couldn't believe it. 10 minutes. It pulled me into sleep and dreaming. So these are really effective, remarkable machines. This one is called the Procyon Proteus, I think. Anyway, it's a good one. There are many, 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 many more. There's another one here called the Casino. This one's beautiful. This includes not just this one has a lovely little color screen. They all produce these binaural beats. You know, or whoa, 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 you know. But this one also has music, music that's specially created to help you go into these states. And once again, you can dial up any state you want, and this is a beautiful machine. These are, I don't know, maybe $300, $400. You know, you can get a cheap one for maybe, I don't know, $150, and they all work really, really, really well. Another one here, this has been around for years. I've hardly ever used it, and it's probably the most expensive one, called a Nova Pro 100. This is a clinical device. A lot of psychologists use these devices, treating people with ADDH and ADHD and all sorts of conditions. Feel guilty. I spent a fortune on it 25 years ago, and I've hardly used the thing, hardly switched it on. Here's another one called the Laxman. It has a lovely blue screen. Unfortunately, the batteries are dead. But once again, you plug in your visors and your earbuds, and they all work in pretty much the same way. Great devices, great devices. I love them. As I say, you keep your eyes closed, but there are also, for most of these devices, you can get open-eyed goggles, okay? Where you keep you put these goggles on, they look a bit bigger, and they are bigger, and they create what's called a Ganzfeld effect, and you keep your eyes open. And I don't really like the open-eyed sessions much. Maybe if I need to increase my focus, you certainly wouldn't use an open-eyed session if you're trying to fall asleep. It'd be a bit have the opposite effect. But they're amazing technology. Absolutely love these machines because they absolutely work, and they have even been shown to boost people's intelligence. Amazing. Okay, so before we do, there's one other thing, and I don't have a slide for it, but it's called electrocranial stimulation. And basically, you put these little electrodes on your earlobes, and you turn the machine on, and it puts an electrical current. It feels like a sort of like a slightly vibration or tingling sensation, and it goes straight into the brain. And once again, you can select the same sort of frequencies. So you can bring your brain into that 7.83 cycles, or that alpha state, which is around 5 to 8 cycles. And you can pass instructions to your subconscious mind. Another way, electrocranial stimulation. Those are very interesting machines as well. Any other amazing devices? I think that's more or less all of them. Yeah, another great machine, and it's called Inner Balance by the Heart Math Institute. and you use it with an iPhone app or an Android app, or I think there's also PC and Mac and tablet versions. But it's a little Bluetooth sensor that just hangs from your ear, clips like that other one, clips onto your ear very gently and connects to your phone or your device, and it can bring you into that same state, plus a few additional benefits. It also balances your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, which has a massive effect on healing and bodily repair, and has massive effects on the heart-brain connection. Amazing stuff. So these machines work. And why on earth am I showing you all these things? Because they can help you get into this alpha state where you can send into instructions to your subconscious mind, and that affects everything. That affects... This is... Working with your subconscious mind is what makes the most powerful goal achievement system in the world so unique. Other goal achievement systems don't go into this. And if you don't become aware of your limiting beliefs and overcome them, you will forever be held back by those limiting beliefs. This is the biggest reason why people don't achieve what they want in life, and why they end up settling for mediocrity. That's so sad. You use these devices, you get into that state, you start programming your mind with affirmations, converting your goals into affirmations, programming your mind every day. Only takes a few minutes, really enjoyable, changes everything. Okay, so now into the high performance section. So what is high performance? And we're near the end, just another 5-10 minutes to go. So high performance means excelling and succeeding above and beyond standard norms consistently over the long term. This here is Brendan Burchard. I've had the great fortune to got to know him quite well. Was in his mastermind group for a couple of years, and he's the founder of the High Performance Institute. And they have conducted the biggest study in history of high performers, people at the tops of their game, people, highly successful people, to find out what are the key ingredients for abnormal success, incredible levels of success, amazing levels of success. What makes highly successful people successful? Are there certain habits, tools, shortcuts that they use? The answer is yes. Okay, and these have been scientifically proved to work. So high performance techniques, it's been scientifically proved to work. High performers pay attention to adequate rest and exercise. They look after, to some level, diet and nutrition. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's just taking up a few little new habits that have massive effect, okay, move the needle the most. And also, high performers generally take energization breaks. And this is why we're talking about this now. Energization of the brain and the body. So, if you take a break every 60 to 90 minutes as you go through the day, instead of being burnt out at the end of the day and losing energy as you go through the day, you can replenish that energy. Bring back focus, bring back more aliveness. Get so much done and enjoy every moment of it instead of gradually getting tireder and tireder. We've all been there. So also, high performance habits can be used to dramatically progress your goals each day. In my book, there's an example of the daily success planner. Simple way of planning each day, really simple way that enables you, make sure that you get what needs to be done, and that you progress all your goals. So the result, doing these habits, it'll dramatically increase your productivity. It's not about working harder. No. About working smarter. Winning back time, dramatically reducing stress, dramatically increasing feelings of well-being and joy and aliveness. And also, as I say, reducing stress and burnout. That's one of the benefits. And you'll have greater focus and get more done and a lot faster. And you will achieve, when you do high performance techniques, you can achieve far higher success than 95% of people in the world. 95% of people, by the time they get to retirement, they're barely above the poverty line. barely above the poverty line, and the time in life when you're supposed to be able to do all the things you've never been able to do, now you have the time and the money to do it. No, the reality is quite the opposite. It means more limitation. So using these habits can put you in the top 5%. Okay, so do these things that I share with you every month, and I think you'll thank me for it in 12 months from now. Okay, so what is the high performance coaching model? Well, we experience these things: clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. We experience these things by mastering these different areas: productivity, persuasion, psychology, physiology, presence, and purpose. And every month we go into one of these boxes. And some of them are so important we go into them twice during the year, but the second time at a deeper level and from a slightly different angle. Okay, so high performance energy questions to increase your energy. Now, I've talked about brain power and using your mind as effectively as possible, but your mind and your body are connected. So how do you gain? Brendan Burchard, I love his expression: the power plant doesn't have energy, it generates it. So you are responsible for generating your energy. If you're always sluggish and you're foggy minded and you can't think clearly, you have huge control over changing that. Not changing everything suddenly, it's small little adjustments that can make a huge difference. So I'd like you to answer these questions. You don't need to quickly write these down as I'm saying them, not necessary, because I'm going to give you a PDF file of all the slides that you've seen today. At the end of this session, you can download it. But print it out and answer these questions. Answer these questions. I don't want to see them. You can send them to me if you want, but they're for you. They're a way of looking at how you are right now and what areas you need to adjust slightly. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much physical and mental energy have you had in the past 3 months? And why is that? Questions are the starting point for clarity. Questions are the starting point for change. Okay? So answer that. Number 2, think about a time in the past when your mental and physical energy were at their best. And why was that? Why was that? What was happening then? In the areas of nutrition, exercise, wellness, and sleep, what habits do you have that support your energy and health? Fill in the blank. What routines do you have for recharging, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and what would make you feel more vibrant? You will have the answers to these within yourself. Great. This can be the springboard, the starting point for amazing positive experiences for you from this point forwards. And number 5, are there any areas of your life that are particularly stressful or draining energetically? Sure there are. And if so, what do you do for stress management? What do you do for stress management? Stress is known as the biggest killer today. Not directly, but because constant stress over a long period of time can dramatically affect how the body functions. And stress, if not treated or managed, can end up in serious medical condition and illness. This is fact. This has been proved so many times over in modern medical research. This is fact. Stress is the biggest killer today. A certain amount of stress is good for us because it keeps us moving forwards. You know, if we woke up each morning and we just decided to stay in bed, our lives would become pretty miserable. It's having to earn an income and look after our family. It might be a little bit stressful to get out of bed and do that, but the benefits are enormous. So a certain amount of stress is important. It moves us forward in life and makes good things happen, but untended, untreated stress, nasty. So what do you do for stress management? If you're not doing something, you need to take up some of these techniques which will bust stress for you. 6, what would you take on if you had 3 times more energy? If you had 3 times more energy, I'm pretty sure you take on things that you're not taking on right now. What would you take on? Number 7, if you became more committed to your optimal health, what would you immediately start and stop doing? What would you start doing if you became more committed to your health? What new regimen or regime? Would you start going for walks? Would you start eating better? More sleep? What would you start doing? What bad habits would you try to let go of? Okay. Now, so those are energy questions. Okay. Now, very interesting. Your body posture and affects memory, recall, and mood. This is a study by the San Francisco State University some years ago. Your body posture affects memory, recall, and your mood. So the study investigated the effects of posture. In other words, sitting in a slouched or upright position on the recall of either negative memories or positive memories. Okay, so 216 college students sat in either a slouched or an erect position while recalling memories, and then in a second step recalling positive memories. Very interesting. What happened? They then sat in the opposite positions while recalling negative and then positive memories. Okay, now what they discovered, this is fascinating. 86% of the students reported that it was easier to recall negative memories in the collapsed position rather than the erect position. So if you're slouching all the time, you'll be thinking negatively. You'll be dwelling on the past, negative stuff. 87% of the students reported that it was easier to recall positive images in the erect position than in the collapsed position. So if you want to remain positive and memories of positive experiences, you keep your body open and erect. So the way you carry yourself has dramatic effects on how you feel right now and what you can create for yourself. For those who are most depressed in the previous 2 years, there was no difference in recalling positive or negative emotions or memories in either positions. There was no change because it's almost, I believe they'd got locked into negative spiral, negative self-fulfilling prophecy. I've experienced that in my past years ago when I lost everything. I got locked into a negative spiral of thoughts until I saw what was happening and how to change it. So, this is important stuff. So the conclusion, you should sit more upright at work and at home as a strategy to increase positive effects and decrease depression. Your posture affects your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, and your results. I'll read that again. Your posture affects your mind, emotions, thoughts, actions, and results. So whatever posture you are in most of the time is affecting all these things: your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your results. So something to consider here. Okay. Posture, voice, gestures, and expressions affect your energy. Not just the way you carry yourself, but how you express yourself. Okay, so let's look at this. Science has proved that your posture, voice, gestures, and facial expressions affect your thoughts, emotions, actions, and results. So, what do you want your posture, voice, gestures, and facial expressions to portray about you to the world? How do you want to be portrayed? Because your posture, voice, gestures, and facial expressions affect your thoughts, emotions, actions, and results. So, how do you want to be portrayed? How do you want to show up in the world? Number 2, do you feel that is what is already being portrayed? Are you already portraying yourself in the way you want? Number 3, if not, what do you need to start doing with your posture, voice, gestures, and expressions for the world to perceive you the way you want? Some introspection here. Very powerful stuff. Very powerful stuff. answer these questions after printing out the PDF file. You'll find it really important, really helpful. Number 4, finally, what do you need to stop doing? What do you need to stop doing? I'm pretty sure there will be things, once you've answered these questions truthfully and honestly to yourself, you will find that there'll be certain things you need to stop doing. Okay, these are just tiny little adjustments that can have huge effects, okay, on your life. So, finally, and then we're going to go to questions and answers. This is an energy checklist. There's 3 lists I'm going to show you, and I would like you over the next month to select 2 items from each list and see what happens. See what happens in your life. So there's a whole lot of possibilities in each list. You only have to pick 2. Even if you only pick 1 in each list, okay, great, as long as they're new things, great. But 2 would be even better. So rest and exercise. Walk outside every day for at least 30 minutes. Sleep 8 to 9 hours per night. If you miss that target, nap or meditate during the day to catch up. Do 2 60-minute cardio activities per week. Of course, you need to consult your doctor before you conduct any or make any changes to your health or exercise or nutrition. Okay. Do 2 20 to 40-minute intense workouts per week. Strength-based or HIIT. I don't enjoy that myself very much, to be honest. I don't like high-intensity training. Meditate once or twice daily for 15 to 20 minutes, or use a mind machine, for example, a light and sound device. So that's the area of rest and exercise. Now the next one, diet and nutrition. Eat a whole food diet, heavy in organic plant-based foods. Absolute must get tested for food allergies, because if you have food allergies, then your body is fighting off problems and using up a lot of your energy. So that's an important thing to do. Take a food-based multivitamin and vitamins D, B complex, magnesium and omega-3, and see your nutritionist for additional supplements. Drink health shakes for breakfast or snacks. Drink 3 to 5 litres of water per day and avoid all sugary drinks, alcohol and caffeine. You need water. You absolutely need water to carry the nutrients to the cells where it's burnt as energy, and also for excreting toxins from the cells out into the excretory system. That's why you need lots and lots and lots of water. Your body cannot function properly unless it gets abundant water. Your mind cannot be clear without lots of water, okay? And limit white starches and heavily processed breads and carbohydrates. So that's the area of diet and nutrition. And thirdly, daily energizing techniques. Very simple techniques for raising your energy. So firstly, every 60 to 90 minutes, stand up, move and stretch. For example, 20 arm crosses like this. 20 arm circles, like that. And then the other arm, you can do both at the same time if you want. 40 knee-high marching in place. And you probably can't see this, but marching in place. 20 arm circles each arm. Oh, sorry, I've already said that. 40 knee-high marching in place, yeah. 20 seconds of patting your lower back around the kidney area with your hands cupped. Like that, tap, 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 tap. So 20 seconds, 10 deep breaths while bouncing on your toes, etc., etc. Makes a big difference. Only takes 2 minutes. Go back to your work, more energy. Focus on speaking and gesturing with passion. You saw why in the last slide, because it gives you more energy. Stay standing more often. A lot of people these days have desks that move up and down. They can be sitting at their desk, or they can pull the chair away, move the desk up, and they can work while standing up. I've been meaning to get one of those for years and still haven't, but I will someday. So stay standing more often. Hug and engage others physically more often, because when you do, you increase your energy. You give energy, but you also gain energy. It's like it's a way of tapping into universal energy. Also, try to make people smile or laugh more often, because when you give, you gain, okay? And focus on being fully present in conversations. And keep a gratitude journal. Gratitude is it's the thing that changed my life when I lost everything. It opens so many doors. It draws into your life amazing coincidences like a magnet. Gratitude equals happiness. Okay, so pick 2 from each, or even just 1 from each over the next month, and test it. See what results you get. So, what did we cover today? Questions and answers in a moment. Firstly, technologies that make you more successful, and or that can make you more successful if you use them. How your subconscious mind works. 9 powerful ways to influence your subconscious. How to use technology to speed up your goals with demonstrations of mind machines, lots of them. High performance habits for greatly increasing your energy and brain power. And the recommended resources. First of all, if you want to look into biofeedback machines or light and sound machine devices, go to mindplace.com. Brainwave sensing headsets, if that takes your fancy, go to neurosky.com or choosemuse.com. Electrocranial stimulation, sota.com, it's not underlined here, but sota.com. And high performance habits. I teach this every month. I teach stuff that everything I teach each month are not actually in Brendan's book, High Performance Habits. Brilliant book, but he doesn't teach the specific techniques. I teach that. I've been trained by Brendan Burchard. And also the most powerful goal achievement system in the world by myself. So questions and answers. Take this opportunity to ask me anything. I'm going to go in front of my desktop computer and ask me anything, either about this session or any session or anything you want me, anything you would like to ask me. I'm here for you. And if you're watching the replay, you can still send me a question by going to my website, achievegoalsfast.com, and just sending me a message on the Contact Us page, or if in the members area, if you're an Ultimate Success Club member, post a message there, or in our private Facebook group. So you have lots of different ways to contact me, but if you're watching this live, ask me a question right away. So I'm going to blank out this camera, microphone. The screen will go blank for a moment, and then I'll see you in within 10 seconds at my other computer camera. See you in a sec. Don't go away.
Okay, I hope you found that helpful. Hope you found that interesting. Just going to add a couple of things to the screen here. We can take questions and answers. Here we go. Want to ask a question? Simply use the chat box. 1 second. And next thing I need to do before I take questions, I want to share with you the slides. So let me just copy and paste the URL. It's where you can download the slides. Hopefully, 1 second, click on share. Yes, it's appearing there on the, should be on the right hand side of the screen, and just in the chat section. So if you click on that link, you can download all the slides from today. And even if you're watching the replay, if you're not watching this live, you can the link should still be there. And this is also your opportunity to ask me anything, either live here, or if you're, as I say, if you're watching the replay, still send me a question and I'll answer it. So let me just 1 second. Almost ready to roll. Just want to share one other thing, if I can find it. I'm using new software. Here we go. Yeah, I'm using a totally new way of broadcasting and trying to get familiar with it. I had a trial run this morning, and it seems to be. I think it's working quite well, because I had a laptop kind of in front of me when I was doing the presentation, and I didn't see it breaking down. Unlike Webinar Jam, which I've been using for years, the last 2 times, the last 5 minutes disappeared. So it just anyway, this seems to be more stable. hopefully on both YouTube and Facebook. So let me look at the chat here. See, uh, Ada says, thank you so much, Mike. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. And Abhishek says, there's quite an issue in your audio, sir. Oh dear. Oh dear. Obviously, there was a problem with my mic. I'll have to look into that. I hope it was understandable. I hope it didn't detract too much from the content. Hopefully, everyone heard me. I don't know at this point. Maybe I was just talking to the wall for the last hour and 20 minutes, so maybe you heard nothing. Hopefully not. I know there are questions coming in, so somebody heard me. Okay, first of all, a question from Frank. Hi, Mike. Thanks for the session today. Fascinating. By the way, questions are coming in from multiple locations. This is a great new system I'm using, because whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube or Twitter, you can ask me a question and I see all the questions here. In fact, I can highlight questions. Let me just click on this show, and there's Ada or Ada. Very good. And here's Abhishek, who says, there's quite an issue with your audio, sir. Very nice feature. Nice feature. Anyway, bring back what I was showing there a moment ago. Okay, let's get into questions. So Frank says, thanks for the session today. Fascinating, particularly the mind machines section. Are there any dangers in using any of these technologies? No, except for, as I mentioned, the light and sound machines. Some people suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, which means that flashing lights can trigger seizures. So Frank, if you suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, do not use them. You can use any of the audible. I mean, you could use a light and sound machine without the visors, because binaural beats and monaural beats, they are very, very effective, and they work even without the flashing lights. But if you do not suffer from photosensitive epilepsy, I just love the light and sound devices because they work so powerfully. As I mentioned that time, that one of the first times I ever tried one of these devices, more than a couple of decades ago, and I went from a stress state right into a dream state. 10 minutes, unbelievable, incredible. So also, always good to check with a doctor before you take up any new form of exercise, whether it's physical or mental. I'm not a doctor. That's my medical disclaimer. So always check with your healthcare practitioner. But for most people, these things are very safe, very safe. Hope that helps, Frank. Question from Billy. I live in France and want to experiment with these light and sound machines. Are they available outside the US? Absolutely, absolutely. I don't live in the US. I live in Ireland. And here in Ireland, I do all our shopping on Amazon, the UK Amazon. In fact, literally all our shopping since the various different lockdowns since the pandemic. Oh my goodness, we spent a fortune on Amazon. And Amazon is just great nowadays because delivery is so quick, and I buy everything on Amazon except our food. Who knows? Maybe. Here's a message. So I hope. Certainly Amazon UK. Any Amazon. I checked a few different regional Amazons, and the light and sound machines, you won't get every single light and sound machine on the market on every Amazon. I know the US Amazons and the UK Amazon, there's a greater range, but I'm sure you'll find some devices even in France. And you can always order from the UK, but I don't know what that means Brexit-wise. You'll probably be charged a fortune or something. Import duties, I have no idea. So I hope that helps. Ada says, or is it Ada or Ada? Oh, Paul, sorry. Hi, Mike. I did not experience any audio issue. I'm in Dublin. I really enjoyed your excellent comprehensive presentation. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Hope you're keeping really well. And actually, this is the one I meant to click. Ada or Ada says, I've just started with the gratitude intensive, and this is confirmation of keep going with this, and I enjoyed every bit. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, gratitude is just amazing. Gratitude acts like a magnet. Gratitude changes everything, literally. It's one of those. I'm a big believer: minimum effort, maximum result. Gratitude practices very simple to do, but they make massive difference, massive difference. So, and another message. So, I hope, thank you for your comment. Really appreciate that. Another question here from Martin. Not sure where you are, Martin, but hope you enjoyed the session. Uh, Martin says, which is best, affirmations or hypnosis? To be honest, both. Both. Ideally, create your own affirmations and use self hypnosis. And if you are a member of the Secrets of Success Mentoring or the Ultimate Success Club, you'll find that there are self hypnosis tracks in the members area that you can download. But both are fantastic. Uh, Hypnosis is a way of getting you into that state, that's relaxed, focused state where you can pass messages to the subconscious mind. Now you can pass those messages to the subconscious mind. The self hypnosis recording itself will contain suggestions, but you can add your own suggestions in the form of affirmations. So either and both, I would use both if you can. The more impressions you make in your subconscious mind, the better. Is working with your subconscious mind is extraordinarily powerful. That is the secret to overcoming conditioning and moving forward and achieving all sorts of goals that you may have thought were impossible before. Honestly, the subconscious mind is the key to absolutely everything. So I hope that helps. Martin, question from Mary. When is your goal hacking course available to members? I'd really love to have access to this soon. Just 1 second, need more water. Okay, great question, Mary. So you're referring to my goal hacking course. It's a course. That course I produced it a couple of years ago. It's costs $497 normally, but it's free to all members of the Ultimate Success Club and the Secrets of Success Mentoring, and you get it after I think it's in the 10th month of your membership. It automatically becomes available in the members area. And in fact, I have a list here. 1 second. Here we go. A list of all the courses that you get for being a member. The Millionaire Mind Secrets is the first thing that you get. Then there's the Science of Getting Rich audiobook, and then the next month it's the Ultimate Upgrade, which is a companion to the Millionaire Mind Secrets course. That includes hypnosis recordings and software, etc. Then and the subliminal audio tracks. Then there is the 30-day success formula, which is my 6 CD training program. Then there's the Finding Your Purpose audiobook. There's the Master Key System course. I didn't create that myself, but it's a classic. Think and Grow Rich audiobook. Once again, I didn't create that. That was created by Napoleon Hill about 100 years ago, but I got a professional voiceover artist to record the entire book, something like 16 hours. And it's a book that I've read again and again and again and listened to again and again and again, and I always will, because it's absolutely amazing. It's probably one of the greatest books you can ever read in your life. But since then, we have learned so much more about the mind and human consciousness. That's why I created the most powerful goal achievement system in the world. Anyone who reads this, who's familiar with Napoleon Hill's work, will recognize a lot of the content of my book, but with a lot of extra, what would you say, updates, because we've come a long way in 100 years. In fact, in the last 10 years alone, we've learned more about the brain and human consciousness than we have in the entire history of the human race. So it brings it right up to date with tools that are extremely effective that didn't exist 100 years ago. So that's Think and Grow Rich audiobook. Then 9-question training for better focus, productivity, influence, and success. Then another course, change your thoughts, transform your life. Then goal hacking. And then there's the speed cache seminar, and then high performance secrets. A lot of courses right throughout the year, but it's not too much. It's doing one each month. You'll find it's not too fast to pace. And in fact, if you go to the URL, I'll bring it up again. Here we go. Yeah, if you see the URL on the page right now, achievegoalsfast.com/success, all of the courses are explained on that page, as well as the live training topics. Every single live training topic for the next year is on that page as well. And let's see, I think, are there any more questions? Last opportunity. Oh, and another one from Ada, or Ada. I'm not sure. Ada. I think it's Ada. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Mike, is there any way to listen to another affirming program at the same time with those alpha beats to benefit from that alpha state? Yeah, absolutely. I have used many times a light and sound device with suggestions, hypnotic suggestions. I've recorded myself, my own voice, and I plug, say for instance, on my phone, I might record affirmations, and then I play those affirmations. I connect my phone to my light and sound device, and then you trigger the affirmations when you're in that alpha state, maybe 15 minutes into the sound and light program that brings you into that alpha state, and you just trigger your phone to play the affirmations. Absolutely. It depends on what device you're using. It'd be nice to automate the process. I haven't found a way to automate it for the recording to start at exactly the right time. It's sort of in a very relaxed state, have to reach out to my phone and tap play. I'm sure there's a better way. Oh, sorry. So as I say, I'm getting used to this new system. It's quite good. It's quite good. I think I'll use this system in future. Anyway, look, that seems to be it for this month. Thanks so much for joining me. Very much look forward to being with you next month. And do shoot me your questions. If you're watching this as a replay, send me your questions and I will definitely get back to you. So thank you so much and take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.